Hey guys, welcome back. It's June 5th. I'm going to be reviewing 0-day options today on SPY. Finally some good price action. That's what happens when you get a few days of chop. Finally get a little relief. Doing a small account challenge still. We are, I don't know, day 8 or 9. It's been a rough few days. Today actually no different, unfortunately, on the small account. It was a red day. I'm going to review it though. A couple breakthroughs I feel like today, a little bit obvious stuff that I just haven't implemented for whatever reason, and it's kind of doing it today, and it seemed very beneficial. First being in the morning to try and figure out the algorithms and the channels as soon as I can. I actually started just charting them on the 30-second and then the 15-second, just to make it a little more clear in those first half hour or so. So this is a 15-second. Problem with Weeble though is I can't duplicate, so I had to just keep moving them around. But yeah, I was able to identify this one, and then this one here, and then this one here, and that was all. Grabbed all of those. Started charting all those pretty early by like 9:40. So as opposed to the 1 minute by there, it's like it doesn't look like a whole lot, but see, like right in here. So then what I did is I just translated it over to Thinkorswim, where I can duplicate the channel. So but I was actually just trading on that 15-second for a while. I was doing a lot of paper trading this morning on Weeble, just through all this chop down here. But on the 15 seconds, like, wow, it's a move right there, mostly scalps, just because there wasn't continuation. It was actually just building liquidity down here. But didn't trade the small account until later in the day, so missed the morning, which was fine. This wasn't great setups really. I guess you could have taken the break on this red, this little inverse head and shoulder here, and yeah, so you had three tests here on this support, so you could have entered on the support test or the break. And then we had news candles through here, which I'm glad I didn't FOMO into any of these, because these candles were getting pretty violent. Back and forth, lots of false moves every which way, and then it just got so slow and grindy. I'm like, oh no, another day like this. So maybe my patience got to me, I'm not sure. I was looking at Emperor's chart because I was a little thrown off actually with the 15-second. Like, it was good for the early channels, but then I was kind of like just feeling kind of weird about everything. It's like looking at everything through new glasses. But anyways, I didn't have this gold one or this. Let's see, the green one I hadn't charted. I think I had the gold one. But yeah, we came up, built some liquidity here, made potentially a little head, but we're still kind of in a grind up. And on the 30-minute, this is Eric from SPY Day Trading. Link for his Discord's in the description. Here's his 30-minute. On the 30-minute, where were we? Oh, he moved him. Yeah, typical, no problem. There was these green lines here. We were in a green channel to the upside, and so I was pretty bullish just for it to grind up in that until we broke it. And this candle right here at 12 o'clock is what broke that 30-minute buying channel. But if you watched yesterday's video, I mentioned how we were just building liquidity the last couple days, and we need an inverse head or a head to break us out. And we actually got both today. So we got that inverse head, came up, grabbed this shoulder, and then hit this tapering channel up here, which I was kind of mentioning yesterday, like that might be the first resistance. Hit that, and then came back down and grabbed the shoulder again, back down and flushed through the 5-day. So looks like it is bearish for now. But anyways, we came up here and I entered on, I don't have it charted here, so it's gonna be a little confusing, but basically this was a rejection of this liquidity here, and bounce on here's Emperor's chart actually. So I was noticing he enters on a lot of retests, which I'm trying to do and trying to get better at. Wow, did I just do that? Sorry. So yeah, basically I was going for a retest entry. So thinking this is a shoulder built up here, came down, retested. So it broke out of this pink, retesting it and making an inverse shoulder, or sorry, inverse head for that shoulder. So I entered here, I believe. is a small account. I actually killed it on the big account. I'm excited to tell you guys about it. Kind of a breakthrough. So 1208. Yeah, I entered actually on the candle just before it. 1208 for... There it is. Why is it doing all that craziness? Yeah, 1208, 44 cents. You can screenshot that small account if you want. See the entries next to it. And then 1212 closed it out. So it just kind of started grinding there. And then once it broke back into this channel, this pink one, I closed it. So that was that trade. Full port. And it was red. And I was like, that was dumb. I guess I should have been more patient. So 44 cents in. And then 30 was 6 cents. And then 35 cents. So kind of messed me up on the fill. But after that, I'm like, okay, well, I at least have the inflection point correct, I believe. And that was an inflection point, and I just had it the wrong direction. If I was a little more patient, it would have broke back into that channel, and then I would have seen, okay, it's grabbing this shoulder right here. So this was an actual head, and it's not bouncing on this liquidity. It's actually grabbing it. So I was able to flip myself back around, and I was like, all right, time to get puts. And sometimes that happens. You're at the right point, you just have the wrong direction. So at 12:13, I got 3 puts. Let's see, right? So I didn't get them right away, but it's pretty much as quickly as I could. I got them on this candle. 12:13. And so one thing today was, yeah, I was charting on 15-second, smaller time frames to help identify the channels easier. And then another thing was putting in these steeper channels are kind of what I'm trying to go long or short on. Like, I don't want to go short if it's just grinding down in this magenta. That's just not enough. That could be bulls building liquidity to go up. That's not necessarily bearish. And so purple is what I'm looking for. Purple or even steeper. So basically, once purple gets activated, I can just go short on it on a retest, ideally. And so at this point, I think I kind of had, maybe I had purple in there. I'm not sure. I think I was just getting it for that head and shoulders. Yeah. So head and shoulders, I had a nice support down here for profit taking on this gold, which was support from down here. And I don't know if I had green at that point yet. I put in green pretty late, but green would have been started up here on this low. I don't have it down there right now, but this would have been another profit taking. Let me just see what this looks like actually. Yeah, it didn't actually react. Oh, it did right there. Reacted to resistance, but yeah, not a whole lot. Kind of found a little support, but not really. Anyway, so yeah, on the big account, I'm gonna review some of these because I'm excited about this for tomorrow. And given today's price action was good, it suited at least my trading style so far, and going long on 0 days. Now selling premium or doing futures, sure, you don't need this. Like maybe a chop or grind you'd like better, just slower and theta decay, or just grinding up on your little micros or mini ESs. So 1213 got puts for 580. Sold the first one 1215. 1213. Sold the first one 1215. No reason to like go crazy. Sold it right there at high a day. And that was, 580 was the fill to buy. 660 was that first entry or the first exit. So I don't know, 20%, 10%, 15%, whatever. Sold another one, so I got 3 of them. Sold the second one at 1217. So right here on this big candle. Got a nice exit somewhere down here. Bottom of the gold, big red candle with volume. I'm gonna start taking profits for sure. And then, I think I exited all of them there. Yeah, 1217. So yeah, exited the other one there also. Just because I'm like, I'm not trying to be a hero. I'm just trying to make money. So I don't need to hold for a huge move. And if I had more contracts, I'd have held one, but I didn't. So I was all out. And that's okay. So that second fill, the third fill was 1040. So opened them up for 580. And then that third, wait, hold on. Buy, sell. Yeah, the third fill. I can screenshot it for you guys. Let me know in the comments if you guys care if I screenshot this and show you, or if it's just like no big deal. You like think it matters. I mean, because anybody can, of course, fake this stuff. So, but yeah, here's what I'm looking at. So, build to buy 580. First fill 660, 910, and then 1040. So that last one was almost 100%. So no, it is 100%, just about. Yeah, just about 100%, just from right there to here. Now that's velocity, 0 day, a little bit later in the day, all those reasons. Kind of in a grind up, so the IV was dropping some, and so you're gonna get crazy awesome percentages. But there's more. There is more. So gold is our kind of our break, right? Because that was resistance up there, and or support here also. It hit 3 times here, and then this is actually where I also got it on the 15-second. So this one was just that news candle that kind of went through it. But then it came down, and I'm like, well, this could be an inverse cup with a little handle. I'm not trying to overcomplicate it. I'm basically seeing that this right here is what broke us out of that 30-minute buying channel. I had clear tapering up here with this green channel, and if it breaks gold, I think it's going to keep coming down, and definitely could. I mean, we've got some room to go. I think I had green charging at that point. You know, mutual interest for the bulls and the bears could be lower, could be VWAP. At any rate, this one, okay, this is the one. All right, I'll explain it all in my head, but really this one was very simple for me. I was just starting to look for purple selling algo, purple for me, and this is what I was noticing on Emperor today. And everyone has their own trading styles, and so it's kind of like adapting other people's, but also just doing it for yourself. And that's where it's kind of tough, and where I think trading is it's much more about like being creative. It's very strange. Like, you think it's about being logical and all this, but I think it's a lot more just like being creative, however crazy that sounds. So creative in how you enter and exit, and what you're looking for in advance. So yeah, I was basically just kept putting this purple chart in. If it made nice structure, yeah. So I was hoping it'd come up to magenta here, and it'd reject this liquidity, and I get a nice head because it made a nice shoulder here, and then I would enter there with a nice clear stop of that magenta. It didn't, so it wasn't making great structure, but you have a little shoulder here, you have a head, and then it grabbed the shoulder. Like, if you want to see head and shoulders, there's a head and shoulder everywhere. Just change your time frame. But I kept putting purple in to see where it would start, where this was basically activated, and where it was starting to reject it and find it as resistance. And yeah, so I got back in. Let's see, 1238. Got back in at 1238 with puts. So on this candle right here, I got a good fill though. It was on the rejection. Once purple was showing there was resistance there, and then that's a clear stop too. It's like if it breaks purple, I'm out. So it's a super tight stop. The risk reward on this one wasn't great, so this was a little bit of an anticipatory of a breaking of this gold line right here. But nonetheless, it's a tight stop because my stop's purple. So it came up, retested, purple, rejected. I already rejected a few times in here, and you have whatever, somewhat of a shoulder here. Structure wasn't great, but again, I was just playing on the purple and open there. So this one, yeah, 640. I'll just screenshot this too. I know I would like it. It's just kind of annoying for people that don't want to see it. It's just like, this is such a waste of my time. Anyways, 640, 810, 1130, and then 1380. So that last one was over 100%, which is crazy. And then I'll just show you the times on them. Or I want to see the times. So 1238. Yeah, 1238, that candle. It's possible it broke already, but I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure I was getting on that purple resistance. And then 1239 sold the first one. You just saw the dollar amounts. 1239 is 810, so 640 to 810 to this candle. Literally one candle in. And you know, that's good enough percentage. I'm happy to start taking profits. So yeah, I got a good fill there, because that wouldn't have been that big of a move if I got it after it broke gold. Next fill, you saw 1130, which is 1245. So at this point, I'm thinking this could go down a lot. We've got 5-day way down there. I only have 3 contracts, and I only have 2. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna make a stop for purple. If it breaks purple, I'll close it. And then profit targets are, I don't know, we'll find out. I usually don't wait for them, but we'll see. So it came up, built little liquidity, rejected purple, 1245. So, yep, this candle. VWAP. I was thinking I might take one at VWAP. I didn't want to because that's kind of in the middle and it could flush way more. Thankfully, it gave us a huge flushy candle through VWAP. So I was happy to take profit on that, even though I figured it'd probably keep going and not just hang out in the middle here. I'd try and find support and buyers somewhere, not in the middle of the range. So I did take profit on that 1245 candle, which I'm happy about. And it's nice it didn't just stop at VWAP for a while, because then it'd be like, oh, I should have taken it, and then it breaks out. But that one was 1130, so that was almost 100%, just from right here to right there. Given that's velocity, just picking up, and it's somewhat late in the day, I guess middle of the day on 0 days. And then I sold the last one, 1380, so that was over 100%. Oh, I sold on that candle too. Yeah, that was the one I was like, I should probably hold it, but the percentage was too good. I was like, I got kind of a crazy entry that I'm not super familiar with. It didn't make a nice head and shoulder structure up here. It was just kind of, I mean, it was just small and not like a nice sprouting head with a nice rejection of that red line. So that's why I was quick. So yeah, I took them both there, which, yeah, they probably want another like 50 or 60%. But I'm totally happy with that because 100%, I'm not complaining. And then let's see, calls. Yep, calls. So waited through this. No, I was stoked after this. After this trade and this trade, I got up, I got a coffee. I was like, yeah, I just need to chill. I don't want to overtrade now. More or less complete the inverse cup, but maybe not quite. Let it build some liquidity down here. Grind it up, and I was like, all right, it's built a nice shoulder here. If it wants to sprout ahead and reject that red, I would love to take it there, or definitely was grabbing it. And then here it starts just melting down, and I'm like, and I put in the purple line, and I was like, oh, and then it did this little test on VWAP, and then bounced and rejected it, and I almost got in there. But like I said, this is, I'm new, so it's not a spot of entry that I'm used to, so I didn't take it, mostly because it didn't make a nice head. But anyways, I could have taken it there, because that would have been actually a sick trade. Didn't take that one. Took calls at 223, so made a nice inverse head, fully plummeted into 5-day. Had a nice shoulder here, bounced up, grabbed the shoulder, broke my purple, that same purple line right here. So I took calls on that line. Yeah, on that candle. 360. So this is a little smaller trade, but it's a green one, so I don't care. 360, 410, 450, and then a 360 to stop out. So no problem. 224 was the first. Yeah, so I took one on that first green candle. So at this point, all right, so what I'm thinking here is my steepest buying channel, which was actually back here. I didn't even see it, but I just put this one in from back here. And I'm like, well, I'm pretty far away from that. So potentially, if my stop is this, it could come all the way back down here, and I still won't stop. So that was my thinking behind taking quick profits there, because it broke the purple, and I'm like, this isn't a great entry. Like, the better would be bouncing on a support. And I thought, if this is the support, that could be a long ways. So that's why I took quick profits there. And thankfully, it didn't. I traded sideways into it. And then it didn't really respect this white line, so maybe that wasn't quite right. I don't know. Again, I was trading with a 15 second, so I was looking at other people's charts today too. So Eric's, and then also Emperor's. 225, I took another one. Yeah, so I took another one there, and then I stopped out of the last one. So I was happy with that though. And let's see, puts again at 240. Okay, so my thinking now is we could have an end of day move pretty big, but we don't have to. Still have this resistance. If it does break up above this red, I'd like it to retest or make some sort of structure out here so I know it's good. I don't just want it to rip and me take it. Be patient on that entry. Otherwise, I'm looking for the downside, and that's where I'm just starting to chart this purple. I'm going to chart the purple, keep charting it. Ideally, want a little head and shoulder with rejection on magenta. Comes in here, starts jumping around. This looks like a nice shoulder. It looks like a nice head. Did I get him there, actually? I don't think so. I did. Yeah, 240's 1440, yeah. So I did that. Okay, so that's on this. Yeah, you can see it on the retest that purple. So I was like, it actually did a volatility candle right here. And it grabbed that shoulder. Then it pulled out of there, but I'm like, all right, it's just making a little mini head and shoulder. We've already got the head and the shoulder, and then it basically retested the purple, and that's when I got in right here. So I got in a nice spot though, because it was retesting it. Got in it through. Wow, I'm gonna show you guys this one because this is crazy. I was even like kind of wrong on the play, and it still was crazy. So 244, I took my first profit on it. So kind of started grinding. Okay, yeah, right here. So we had like a volatility candle down here, and I just took profit on it. I was like, I'm just gonna take one. I don't know if it's gonna keep going. This structure started to look worse and worse just because it was basically barcoding into this. It wasn't like coming down and doing it in the shoulder at all, and it wasn't, you know, making a little mini head and shoulder. It was just chopping straight over to it. So I don't know, just instinct. I decided to just take profit on that one candle, and I did. So 350 to 520 on that first one, and then I stopped out of the other two, which yeah, I just put a break-even stop on it. I'm like, I'm up on the day, what am I need to do? Not need to prove anything. So I was actually on this candle, which I would have stopped anyways, where it broke the purple. So totally happy about that. And then final trade. I missed the final. Well, no, I didn't miss it. Here we go. Check this out. Oh, this one was okay. 302. That's crazy actually. My trade here was better, but anyways, I'll tell you why. 302. 302. Okay, yeah. This one. So this was a retest on the purple. I did it again. Let's see. Sort of. Well, I wanted to. It was already so far down the purple, so I want to get it on this one, but I didn't get it till 302. So it was breaking. Looks like it broke the gold, and it had just broken that green. Okay, that was with this one. Yep. I did a second one for this one. And yeah, I grabbed this shoulder up here. So those three things, along with a nice clear stop with this purple line as a resistance, right? That's what I'm thinking. So I wasn't super close to it though on this entry, but yeah, I did anyways. Got in there, $5 for those three contracts. Sold the first one for $7 at 303. So literally on that candle. Is that where I opened it to? 302 I opened it. Okay, yeah. So on this candle I opened it. This candle closed it. 303. That was, what is that? 20-30%? I don't know. $5 to $7. And then okay. So on Emperor's chart, he changed it. He adjusted it end of day. Where is that bugger? Okay, so he had it tight here. He had this green line right here on resistance, which was here. Okay, so this red candle already was outside of it, but not on my chart. See, on my chart, I have it wider. My purple's not as steep. It's less steep. So it had more room to kind of chill. So his broke. I'm like, oh man, maybe I should stop. Maybe I should stop out. I gave it a little more time because I'm like, mine's further. I'm just going to watch. So he has now since moved it, which is fine. I don't fault him for it. I get it. But anyways, he moved his out. So anyways, what I was seeing was it was further over. And so I was like, man, this is one reason I don't look at the people's charts, even though they've helped and whatever. But then it does this ugly green. This was a green candle when it opened, of course, or when it started climbing up. Ugly green candle. And I'm like, you know what? I've had a good day. I don't need to try and push it. And it was like, I was trying to decide if I was going to just leave. I was maybe going to leave right then. I was getting kind of distracted with other stuff. I thought, you know, that's good. So anyways, yeah, I was a little distracted. I close out on that one. So the last two of my three that I opened, I closed out for 540, which was still a profit on them actually from $5. But closed them on that candle. And then I get back to doing, I think I was playing a game or something also. I was doing all sorts of stuff. And I like look over and I just see it wick. I'm like, what? And it was also inside my channel. And then I think Emperor changed his channel then. I'm like, no way. And then it just does this sick flush. So this would have been $8 grand actually if I held those two. Which is wild. Yeah, I looked at him when it was down here. I was like, oh my gosh. So it happens. I'm not worried about it at all. But yeah, so that's why I stopped out of that one. That's why you try not to stop out with the wicks. I always try and wait for candles to close. kind of an intuition thing, because sometimes it's just gonna rip and keep going in the wrong way, and you can kind of tell if the volumes are maybe like, okay, just cut it. But other times it's like you gotta be kind of patient and wait for it to close, but that happens. I made enough on the day and learned stuff, so I was content. But those guys, I held those two, man, that would have been crazy. Crazy. But it's plenty long video. Good price action today. I don't know, was it good today, or that just suited my trade style and I just need to learn how to trade on other days. I'm hoping I don't forget this stuff and I can keep implementing it in the future and it works with crappy trading days. That's what I got. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.